live and kicking. We are live and kicking. All right. And we got this nice, got my dashboard going here. It's a little out of whack because I'm not doing the full, what you call it, but we'll see what we can do. Trying to pull up a video here. Yeah, here we go. And we'll pull this over. So, yep, we're going to be using some video tutorials today because I'm not an expert. I don't always know what I'm doing. But it's all about learning, right? We try to learn everything we can. So we should be good here. Let me see anything else in here I can get rid of. Yeah, we don't need LM Studio open. We're not doing anything with that today. So we should be good. All right. Give it a little bit. See who notices me, senpai. Yes, the bad jokes, they just keep on coming. They just keep on coming. But no, we're gonna have some fun today, I think. As you can see, I got my Unraid server up. This thing has been in serious, just sort of disarray. It's got issues, right? There's just issues. I know I'm on a Windows box. Realistically, the only reason that is screen real estate. My largest monitors are hooked up to my Windows box right now. My highest quality monitors are hooked up to it. Also, this has the beefier specs. But to keep the spirit of things alive, why not? Let's open up our NixOS tab here, and we'll fire up our NixOS VM just to have up and running. Let's see here. What do we got going on? Alright, we should be good. See, this should come out to nothing because there's nothing to really build. We'll see what happens. It's gonna check on some stuff, but we'll let it go. But yeah, main focus is gonna be this Unraid server. Like I said, it's been in serious. It's needed some help for a while, so we're just gonna, you know, try our best to get it back up and running the way that I want, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I don't know why this is. There should be nothing to build, unless it's just rebuilding the cache. That's all right. We'll come back and take a look at that later, see what's going on. All right. So it looks like one of the things. So I'm kind of going from the from scratch approach, right? I got it installed. Now, yes, I have a lot of stuff left over from my previous sort of installation. I migrated from a PowerEdge 2950 to this PowerEdge R510 that I have. It's got a lot more RAM. It's got a lot more CPU resources. It also has 8 drive bays instead of 6. I took the RAID card out of the 2950, I think. What's up? Let's double check my audio here real quick. I should probably have. Oh, now it's. Huh. Well, hopefully y'all can hear the little bit of music we got going on. Turn that down just a little bit. That is pretty loud. But yeah, we're just going to be tinkering with this today. As you can see, I got shares. Now it is doing a parity check right now. not too concerned about it. I haven't messed with hardly anything at all on this. I added some new things. Some new shares I added. I added some plugins for just, you know, the dashboard and ease of use and stuff. You know, we can go into stats here and we can see that, yep, so we got the you know, see all the disk utilization. Like you see, it's absolutely nothing at this point. There's really nothing on those drives. My cache drive is used because that's where all the like container data is sitting right now. I did go in there and try to change that. I did not run the mover though. Here, it's only gonna be under main. Oh no, it is gonna be under shares, right? So we go into shares, and you'll see, yeah, I have some stuff going to the cache, and then in the rest, you know, and then, but nothing is sitting in cache. Everything should be going to the array, so we should be good to go there. And Discord late with the notifications on my phone. Lovely. Internet must have had a hiccup. All right, so I'm actually gonna kill this music for right now because I don't think we really need it. You know, if you guys want the music, that's fine, but I think we're gonna go without for now. I'm using this Ibercorp. They're out of Australia for the setup guide. I know everybody does the Space Invader 1 and all that jazz, but I'm gonna be using this guys. They're pretty good, and I really just want, and they're nice, you know, sort of consumable clips. So we'll go through a little bit, we'll stop, we'll make adjustments, and we'll just kind of go from there. See how it goes. Let's see what we got
this
here.
one, do we want to set particular settings on it? Do we want to skip doing the backup at all entirely? And we can also change the start order, okay? So you can set start order here on the...
So he's talking about a plugin right now for... he's talking about plugins in this entire episode, but the plugin he's talking about right now is your app data backup. So as you can see, I created an app data backup folder here. There should be nothing in it. Oh, it just takes me in. It takes me in the share settings. Let me go back here. App data backup. There we go. It should be, yeah. See, there's nothing in here right now. I didn't run it. And there's one thing I didn't know, because I've been trying to figure this out for a while. Like, how do you get into the plugins for your, like the settings for your plugins, right? Like you install plugins. How do you get to the settings? We go to plugins. So you can get it here. I probably should update all the plugins. Let's check for updates for all the plugins. Let's go ahead and do that a while. It's been quite some time. Okay, looks like that's done. And then we'll just update. Oh, we'll wait till that's, okay, now we'll update all the plugins. And now it's going to go through and it's only going to update the plugins, not the Docker containers. We're not going to touch this right now. We'll get back to them in a little bit. But we'll just make sure all the plugins are done. I know this says close, but we don't want to do that. We want to wait till it says done. That's one thing that can be confusing a little bit about Unraid, is you will see this close button and you're like, oh, okay, it's done. Close it, go do something else. Nope. It may run in the background. It may not. I've not had the best of luck. So, yeah. What do we got going on over here? So many things happening. Yeah. World is a crazy place right now, but that's alright. Okay, now it says done. Okay, so now we're good to close that. The screen will refresh, and as you can see, all these are up to date. But, you know, getting into these settings, so this unbalanced, okay, so we got settings there, yep. Yeah, I didn't realize this before. But for plugins, yep, you can see Any errors? Oh, what was that error? I know we already checked for plugin updates, but I'm just curious as to what's going on with that. Okay, finished. So refresh. Yeah, I don't really want to. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch any of those right now. They should be alright. Alright, so here's all the plugins. So the one he's talking about right now in this video is the app data backup. So if we go, it's this one here. So you can set up where you want it to back up, your backup folder. Oh, I had this selected. Oh, you know what? I didn't save it because I didn't set the rest of the settings. So I didn't want it to actually run the backup yet because I'm not sure how I'm going to get the shares set up the way that I want. So, but this is just an example, and you can set the order in which they back up, because what's going to happen, it's going to go through all your plugins, your VMs. It's going to back up the metadata, and then it will go through each of your containers, and you select the order, and it will fire it up, and then it will shut it down, and go from there. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, back on the main dashboard page. So we'll just kind of skip through some of this here a little bit.
Actually change. You can pretty much just leave it now and click save. Make sure you click save once you're done, and all those settings will now save. We scroll down to the bottom, you'll see all the details for the project and the developer. Be sure to support them if you can. It's a really cool plugin, and obviously people do this off their own back, so support them where you can. And that goes for any other plugins or apps that we show you today and into the future here at Ubercorp. Please support the people that make this happen. Now, while that's happening, we could run a manual backup. Unfortunately, nothing's going to be in there, so there's no real point. But I'll show you just to demonstrate how a manual one goes. It will back up the flash drive because we selected that option, obviously.
So cool. So you could run a manual backup, and it is on a schedule, so I don't have to worry about it doing that. But I'm not going to go through that. I'm not as concerned about that right now because I'm probably going to be wiping potentially half of my app data. So yeah, we're not going to mess with that.
The process is complete, and it's given us a nice message telling us it's done. So the next plugin I'm going to recommend is the CA Cleanup App Data plugin. So let's have a look at that. And it's just this one here. We go ahead and click install, and it will warn you that it can be a dangerous plugin, so be careful. Click OK. And I mean dangerous in the sense of what it can do, not that the plugin itself is dangerous. So we'll go to actions, go to settings, and now in here is going to give you an option. If you, say for example, start messing around with a Docker container and it's saved its app data, and you're, a couple of days in trying to troubleshoot something, and you just want to start that container fresh. If you are not using the command line to go in and remove the app data folder, you can use this plugin in.
That might be why I'm having issues with some of my containers, especially like the XCPNG, stuff like that. The Zen Orchestra container. So let's look for that app data cleanup. See, yep, there it is. Oh, it is installed. Okay, cool. Yep. So good stuff. Let's check the settings on this. And yeah, Nextcloud. Nextcloud. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Zen Orchestra. Yeah, let's get rid of that because those specifically I've been having issues with. Nextcloud has shit the bed on me. I can't tell you how many times. Zen Orchestra, I don't know what the issue is, but yep, I think it's better to just whack it. Let's I'll have to double check Nextcloud, make sure there's no like actual data in there, so give me one sec. Delete selected. Yeah, Zen Orchestra, I don't care. That's easy container to replicate. This one, okay, so we're good there. Let's check out Okay, so rebuild failed. Why did the rebuild fail? Okay, we'll deal with that in a minute. All right. Let's take a look here. I think it's T user. Yep. Okay, here we go. So app data. What do we got here? Let's check out Nextcloud. I don't think any of the actual data is in here. I don't think anyways. Log, Nginx, PHP. Yeah, no, there's not. So we are safe to delete that one, I think. So let's go ahead and delete it. And alright, we are good to go for that. There was no data there. Everything else is good. MongoDB good. Telegraph good. Mesh Central haven't even touched yet, but it is good. So I think we'll be okay there. Alright. So let's see. Oh. This is really struggling today. Why is this having issues? No? I can't get... that's really weird. Let's try firing up that VM again. I don't know what's going on with it. That's awkward. Okay, that works. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there we go. I wonder if that's why. Why does it default to... Okay. That's weird. Bet you... that's probably why. What? I'm in here. Okay. See if this works here. Let's see. Just do the full tap path. See what happens. See what happens. I don't understand why that changed. I did not pull any configurations down, but hey, is what it is. Alright. So let that do its thing. Back here, so we're messing with some plugins.
Yeah, look, nothing we need to do, we just wanted to have it there in case we need it. As you can see, it's running a scan and it's going to start checking for anything that is a known common issue that we might want to fix. So you can see here, in our case, we have a bunch of different things here.
Okay, so the Fix Common Problems plugin. Let's take a look at that for a second. So we go to Plugins. We go to Common Problems. Fix Common Problems. Here we go. Okay, now it's scanning. So let's take a look and see if it finds anything that's issue. I'm hoping it doesn't find anything. I'm hoping it does. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, why not? We'll just shoot a chat out in there and see who's around, who's paying attention. Okay, so we did find some stuff. Let's see what we get. Oh, I found a lot of stuff. Holy crap. So okay, so there is a lot. So a lot of it is updates for the Docker containers. No big deal. We'll get around to those, but some of the things I am concerned about. So old version of this trim schedule. I want to keep my cache drive, which is the only SSD I have in there, in good shape. Default Docker app data location is not cache only share. I wonder why it wants to store the Docker data on cache only. Let's check the app data settings. Let's check this out here. See what we get. We got app data. So I haven't. Okay, so we can go to the cache first, and then we can force it to go to the array later, and that should do the trick. Hopefully that solves that issue, right? All right, so we got that. That I think is the most important issue. So that way, when you go to create your containers and all that good stuff, it's just going to work the way you expect it to. So we go back to let's can we do a rescan? Let's refresh the page here and hopefully it does a rescan. Oh, it does not do a rescan. Warnings, yeah, checking. What is checked? Background notifications are not enabled. Yeah, we don't need notifications yet. Okay, I think we are good there. So let's double check, see what the next plugin that he's going to use here. See what we get.
Wonder what that's all about. Let's go to notification settings, and Docker update settings are also off. So let's make sure we go and turn them on now as well. So you can see here, it's let us know that those update notifications are currently off. We probably want to switch those on. So let's.
So Docker update notifications are great, but if you update immediately at the time that you get the notification, is that a good thing? Do you want to wait until there's bugs ironed out, give it a little bit of time? You know, is it a major security issue where there's a security hole that needs to be fixed? That's something. So the notifications are good. I try to keep them up to date. I don't have them auto update. I've had things break. I think that might have been due to how I have my shares and my movement setup. So you know, whether it was on the cache and going to the array, and not giving it enough space. So I had issues, and that's what I'm trying to work out here. Looking at this video, as we just kind of go through the steps, soup to nuts, all the way through.
Let's go ahead and turn them on. I'm going to say check once a day for both plugins and Docker containers, as well as the Unraid OS updates as well. Language updates, I'm not really sure I'm too fussed, but you know what, let's just do it anyway. And array status notification. So if we wanted to be notified every day about the array status, we can. I don't think it's necessary in my case, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just leave it off. And then if you have set up email or agents, which we don't, for example, Discord, we'll set all that stuff up in here as well. I'll just go ahead and click apply. Now,
Yeah, Homelab goals is getting all of this set up and notifications sent to a private Discord channel, and yeah, that would be, and just really nicely. I'm just not there yet. And actually, instead of Discord, I'd probably sooner want to use Matrix as my vessel for pushing the notifications. We're not too pleased with Discord at the moment. They got issues going on there, so we'll see what happens.
now if we go back to fix common problems, and we'll hit rescan, we should see those two drop off now. And there you go, all those are now gone.
Oh, where was that rescan at? Let's go to apps. Nope, that's not what we want. We want plugins. Fix common problems. I missed it. Nobody said anything. Let's see what we get here on the rescan. See if it fixes the issue. I know why y'all aren't sticking around. I'm pretty sure I know why y'all aren't sticking around. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Okay. It did not fix the issue. I kind of don't care at this point. None of this stuff is yeah, I'm not concerned with this at the moment. We can go into the notification settings and take a look. These are all in the browser. Never check. Yeah, we should check for updates. So yeah, we'll check once a week for all of this stuff. I think once a week is enough. Docker update. Yeah, I see what the updates notification. Okay, once a week. And array status. I don't need the array status. If there's an issue, I will be notified right away. So I think we Gucci here. So let's apply that, and then we are done with this. Not gonna send it via Gmail or anything, but that's good. Okay. So let's rescan about the note. See if that at least fixes that part of the notification. We'll see what happens. And we'll go from there. And I did not have caffeine today. That's rough. How am I surviving so far? All right. So it looks like now it's okay. Yeah. So the notifications warnings went away. Now it's just the updates. I could go, I guess, and update all my containers. So we'll go into Docker here, and they're all stopped, so we're good. Let's do check for updates, and then we will go and update them. All right, once it's ready to go. Okay. Oh, can't do anything yet. I think it's still looking. Oh, okay, there we go. So now we can update all the containers. Should be good. I just realized some of my stuff is out of order. What is happening? Oh no, that's on the other. That's on the other platforms. My bad. If you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, you should see all my socials there. If you're watching this on TikTok, go catch me on Twitch or YouTube. You can find me there. Broadcasting everywhere. Okay, so now it's going to update all my Docker containers, which is good. I have to go ahead and fix the ones that are broken. I know I have to fix these temperature sensors yet. I've not gotten around to that. But we'll just let this update. How's everybody else out there doing today? Error, no matching manifest. Which one was that for? Netboot.xyz. Oh, man, I like that one too. I think there's another way to set up a Pixie server. I really like having a Pixie boot server on my network. If you all saw some of my videos recently about all the flash drives that I had floating around, yeah, that go check out my other videos. I had somebody make a comment that that was light, and then I found more. I have a whole other bag floating somewhere around with flash drives in it. I just can't find them all. Between flash drives, SD cards, you name it. I actually had to 3D print. Let's see, are they in here? Where did I put them at? They are not. Of course, they're not in here when I need them to be. But yeah, I 3D printed some containers for the SD cards. I had to print 2 containers because one wasn't enough. So. Updating Plex, although my Plex is broken. I don't know how I messed that up, but I did. Where did I put those containers at? That's what I want to know. Yes, I know, my drawers are a mess. That's what happens when you move a lot. You never get the chance to actually organize your crap, which is highly unfortunate. So yeah, it's just pulling down the rest of the containers. So I thought about doing this in Nix, right? Using Nix OS, and I have, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, we're not gonna use this. So I have this, right? Oh, crap. I have not authorized this system yet to log in with that. Yeah, I don't know why it makes me do that, but bugger. Guess we can generate. Skip that. Download, and then we will. Import that certificate, so we should be able to use certificates. There we go, and we will import authorities, authentications, your certificates. Okay, import, and we'll grab that from the downloads folder. I know I downloaded the it's the CRT. Okay, import. Downloads. Certificate files. There it is. private key setup. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're not doing that one right now. I tried. We'll go back to Unraid here. Oh, that's the Unraid account. That's not the actual. Here's the server. Whoops. And it's still pulling those containers down. One thing I noticed, that the Docker containers, to update them, does take quite some time, and I know why. It's got to pull all the different dependencies and whatnot, for the image and whatnot. But I guess it's similar with the NixOS rebuilds, which we can check on that here. Okay, so the home manager service, there's an issue there. So, whoops. Instead of switch, we'll do boot. And then we should be able to get that working. There, it finished. Okay. So now if we do update, now it should pull in all of the updated packages. So. And it's going to do it via boot, so deal with that. Okay, this says done. We're done now. It should refresh the page. And now all my Docker containers are up to date. None of them are actually running right now. Open. So this is an interesting thing, right? Your Docker disk utilization. Oh, it didn't even do anything. We go back to the dashboard here and we take a look. Docker vdisk, not that much. It actually went down. It was high, but you may need to, so if we go into this, it's set to 40 gigs. Oh. What's going on with my live here? Don't know. Didn't connect. That's really weird. I wonder why I'm having issues. Alright. We'll let that go for now. Hopefully the issues don't persist. I'm on a wired connection, so that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, you get some really nice stats here. This server unfortunately has 32 gigs of RAM. I can update that, but for right now, that's all I got. RAM is expensive. Although, they say RAM's expensive. I wonder how much I could get. How much could I get for RAM? Somebody's got to make a living. Maybe I should start selling all my RAM. At least the older stuff, so I can get newer stuff. Alright. Looks like that is up. Let us continue on with the video and see what else there is to do.
Now we see the other one here, other comments. CA has background notifications and will enable this option and apply. And then if you find things, you get a notification saying fix common problems has found something that you need to look at. Then you can go in and kind of troubleshoot any sort of issues there. So I really highly recommend you do that one. Now that we fixed that, let's click rescan. Great, all our common problems are gone now. So if we want to schedule this, which I highly recommend you do, just in the top here, say for example daily, hit apply, and that's it. We can pretty much leave it at that. Now I'm going to show you a couple that I just like because it helps me kind of customize my server a bit for my own needs. One of them is the Dynamics System buttons. So if we go to Dynamic System buttons here and click install, and we'll refresh the page, and all of a sudden now you'll see up here in the top right, there is a system button that we can select, and we can start managing our server through the top here. It just makes it handy while you're in different menus. Maybe you're not on the main page. The other one you might want is the Dynamic System Temp. Obvious reasons, it can help you report on your temperature as long as you've got those nodes in your computer. Good to have. We'll go to the settings for that plugin and we can click on detect. Alright, and that's going to detect any drivers that we've got. Hit save, and now you'll see.
Okay, so I think I have that, but I don't think it's, let's check on that. Plugins, that's the Dynamics. System temp. Do I have the system temps? Might. I might not. Hang on. Let's take a look. Let's look for the system temp here. So we go. System temp. Oh, it is installed. Okay. Maybe I just didn't have it detect the drivers. Ah, detect core temp. Okay, save. Now I wonder if rescan. Fan speed. Yeah, so it's using the driver. Let's see what we got on the main board. Ah, it's still not. It's still not pulling those temperatures in. Yeah, something's not right there, but it's not important.
See,
We can
it's
fix that
starting to
later.
record
That's a
our
nice to have.
temperatures from our CPU. So we can select one. These are all different cores of our CPU. For my sake, I'm going to go with the one that's currently the highest and go with core 1. And then the main board temperature, it's not really giving us that, it's giving us the CPU as well. But let's just go with the lowest temp on that one.
Oh, I guess that is what we wanted to do. Okay, so we'll go back and select the the core that we want to use. Okay, so which one's the highest? Main board. Go with the coolest, I guess. 38. And we'll go with apply. Rescan. Alright, so now if we go back to the dashboard, I wonder if it's going to put those temps in there. Oh, yep, look at that. So it's going to pull from those core. So you have to select the core to get the temperature reading. So now we've got it down here. And we've got the temperature reading here. The motherboard, 38. Temperature for the CPU, 45. I think we're good. TikTok is having a stroke today. I don't know why. Weird. Okay.
And array fan speed we don't have, so we can just click apply. So now if I go back to the dashboard, you'll see under the motherboard it's giving us a temperature marker there as well, and it's giving us one under the CPU too, over here. Now the next plugin is going to be really dependent on what kind of hardware you have in your server. If you're using Intel GPU, so using your CPU as your GPU, and you're running Intel, you're going to want to grab the drivers for that Intel CPU. If you're using NVIDIA, make sure you're grabbing the NVIDIA ones. You find them all on the CA store. So in here, if I just type in Intel, you want to grab
Intel GPU TDP. Okay, so let's check that out. Intel GPU. Do I have it installed? I do have it installed. Let's go into actions. Oh. Okay. We'll see what to do next.
grab the Intel GPU top. The other one you want to consider is, depending on your type of networking card, you might need a Realtek driver. Okay, you'll find them here as well on the CA store. Be sure to check them really clearly on which model you've got.
What networking card do I have? Let's take a look. I don't think mine is Realtek, although I could be wrong. Interface. Settings. Let's take a look. network, network settings. And let's see what it gives me here. Yeah, it doesn't really tell me about the hardware. Nope, that's still working. Okay, so that's not working. That's fine. Um, well, it's not that it's not working. It just doesn't give me the information I'm looking for. I could look it up by MAC address. I'm not worried about that. Let's just keep rolling
See
here.
whether you need the driver. That's just something else I've kind of picked up on. Definitely most important is picking up your NVIDIA GPU or your Intel GPU plugins. So grab those as well, depending on what hardware is in your computer. It's going to be different for everybody, so I can't really answer that for you. Guys, we can go on all day with a variety of different plugins. Those are the essentials, I would say, for us to be able to continue our process. So stick with those for now, then we can add more later. But everything we're going to show you, those are the bare essentials that I would recommend you install in your Unraid server today, and make sure you have them. Regardless if it's an existing or a new server, those plugins will really save your butt. So with the plugins now set up, as well as our shares, we have to set up some folders in our media share that we set up in the previous episode so that we can be ready for the trash guides. That's going to be a big one once we get to those media automation apps, right?
Uh-oh, trash guides. Trash guides. All right, so I do want to take a look at this global share settings. I'm curious what that is exactly. Enable disk shares, user shares, included disks, all. Okay, yeah. So we are Gucci there. In the shares, let's check out the media. Media. What folders do we have here? Okay, so we do have some stuff in here. Some of the stuff is not going to stay, as there's like nothing there, right? Oh, files. Is there stuff here? I don't think so. I think this is Nextcloud. Backups. I don't think that there's anything in here. Nope. Okay, yeah, there's nothing in here. Woof. Had me worried there for a moment. Okay, so let's see what he does here.
So why don't we set that up now, so then we can close it off with today's video, and in the next episode, we're ready for Docker containers and all of their settings. Now remember guys, we're not making these up. These are coming from the trash guides, and the reason that we do them, if you haven't seen our Atomic Moves video from a couple of years ago, is we want those instant moves and hard links to be working. So by setting up our media share like this, media will move instantly from one of your locations to another, especially when it's from a downloader over to a storage location.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Whoops, or not.
So what we're going to do
let's
is
take
set
a
up
look
the
at this
folder
here.
structure. In order to follow along, I highly recommend you bring up the Trash Guides website so that you can
Okay, so let's check that out, right? Let's
follow along and kind of understand the
let's check that out. So trash guides. There we go. I'm gonna plop this in my Discord server because I think that this is important. Cannot do right now. Can't do the copy paste anyways, but we can do this a different way. Let's take a look here. Let's go here real quick. pin that. Bam. Alright. So we got it if we need it. This goes through media server setup. It goes through... oh, those are all the contributors. Oof, there's a lot here. Yep, so there's all the ones. Okay. File and folder structure. So I think that's what he's going through right now. Right? So if we take a look... So, yep, so exactly as it is here. And that might be important, so give me 1 second. Bear with me here. Oh. Sorry guys, I might have to cut this short. I got a client that that needs my help. I will try to jump back on here in a little bit. We almost made it, so take care everybody. We'll pick this up in just a little bit.